A few months ago, in this video right here, I talked about why the Chase Sapphire Reserve card was not a card for me. And basically, it was because of I'm not a person that uses DoorDash or Instacart very often, if at all. It's been a long time. And not being anywhere near a Sapphire Lounge or flying through areas that have a Sapphire Lounge very often, like it just seemed like a card that I wouldn't get a lot of traction with. Fast forward now to what was back in May, Doctor of Credit dropped an article with a rumor that the card is getting an annual fee increase, but also with that increase, it's going to have a lot of the current benefits and multipliers change, but also it's supposedly getting a lot of new benefits and credits and whatnot. So today I wanted to revisit the Chase Sapphire Reserve with you, looking at it from my eyes and what I see. And for me, would this be a card that I would actually rethink based on the rumored changes to the card if they did come true? So we're going to dive into that today. And I'm going to be basically I'm going to have up the article from Doctor of Credit to go over it because I don't have everything memorized, and I'm going to actually screenshot this and put it on the screen for you all so that you can read along with me, and just get my thought process. So for a majority of this video, you're not going to see my face, and maybe that's a good thing to you. I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, that's how I'm going to do this video. So let's dive in. So I'm going to pull up the article here, and basically, as you can see here, the supposed changes that are coming to the card. Number one, $7.95 annual fee, an increase of $245 from where it is right now, which I believe is $550. Obviously, that's not good. The 10x Chase Travel Hotel and Cars reduced to 8x. So obviously, anything that is decreasing earning potential is crappy, in my opinion. The next line down, the 5x Chase travel flights increased to 8x. Now, obviously, that's a positive, right? You're going from 5x UR points to 8x UR points for booking flights in the travel portal. So obviously, that's a good thing. 3x direct flights and hotel increased to 4x. Now, obviously, again, this is an increase in the earning potential of UR points. And this is with directly booking with airlines and hotels. So obviously that's a bonus. That's a positive. In the last item there under changes, 3x other travel reduced to 1x. Now, we know that the travel categories of the Chase Sapphire Reserve are pretty wide encompassing. So going from 3x to 1x is kind of crap, in my opinion. Now, overall, the changes overall in the changes section, like I'm pretty indifferent. I have not used the Chase Travel Portal since I used it initially when I got the Chase Sapphire preferred card in 23. And that was where I used the portal to get as many UR points as I was booking my first trip to Iceland, which actually wiped out the welcome offer on this card at that time. So I was looking to maximize as many UR points as I could get. And so that's when I used the travel portal. I have not used it once since then. So I'm really indifferent to the changes. I mean, the annual fee increase is crap for sure, but the rest of them, I'm just kind of doesn't really affect me. Doesn't really draw me more into the card or push me further away. But let's go down to the next section here, where the new benefits are listed here. So, $500 edit credit via a $250 semi-annual credit. Now, I have never used edit. I barely know what it is. I think it is kind of competes with FHR. I don't know. I've not looked at it, to be 100% honest with you. Is this something that would compel me to get this card and to rethink it? I'm not opposed to using edit. I would have to take a look at the edit website to see what all is there. It sounds like it's kind of a pretty, based on the description, it sounds like it's kind of a exclusive list of hotels and whatnot. So who knows? But I would have to say I'm indifferent about that. It doesn't really move the needle for me. $300 dining credit via Sapphire Reserve tables. So a $150 semi-annual credit. I mean, that's compelling. I eat. I like to eat. Being able to go and eat and get credit for that dining and via $300 a year. That's pretty cool. Is it enough to move the needle for me to rethink the card? Uh, Not on its own, but maybe in the bigger picture of things, it could. So I'll give that a plus. The next one down there is $300 StubHub credit via a $150 semi-annual credit. So again, we're seeing a pattern here of semi-annual credits. StubHub. So I love going to concerts. Um, Obviously, you all know I'm an Iron Maiden fan, and I've gone seen them a few times. Not one time has StubHub had their tickets. Uh, when I went and saw them in Salt Lake City in October of last year, it was through SeatGeek, and they were not available anywhere else. When I went and saw them, uh, um, or when I am seeing them again here soon, and that's going to be a surprise. Well, not a surprise anymore, I guess. Here pretty soon, it's actually through Ticketmaster and not available anywhere else. So StubHub, uh, that's a toss up. I don't right now. I'm not feeling it, so I'm going to say it's not something that compels me. So I would say no, definitely not on its own. So next, $300 DoorDash credit via a $25 a month credit. I have really not used DoorDash since COVID, since the pandemic. I've used it sporadically here and there, but it's been very, very minimal. Maybe a couple of times a year. Would this credit make me use it more? Obviously, yes. I mean, if you're going to give me a $300 credit annually, it would make me use DoorDash more. Is it something that I value that's going to make me compelled to get the card? Not on its own, but all encompassing, it might. It definitely adds to it. But the thing is that DoorDash is not within my normal scope of services I use. So it's a hard sell. Now, obviously, the next one down to $120 DoorDash membership. Okay, if you're gonna give me a free membership to something, all right, I can do that. It's no skin off my teeth. So okay. Next is the $250 towards Apple TV and Apple Music. So I do use an iPhone. I have been using an iPhone since September of last year. I've also been using an Apple Watch as well. And I've have both of these devices basically because of the Apple Watch is almost a best in class for health, all things health tracking and fitness and whatnot. And I'm pretty heavily on that journey. So I like the setup. I don't use Apple TV at all. I don't watch TV at all. I don't watch movies really or anything. So Apple TV, that credit means nothing to me. Apple Music though, I don't even know how much it costs now. I'm assuming I think I did see it costs like $11 a month. I think now. So if you took that Apple Music and if it was $11 a month, then I mean I would get half of that credit of that 250. I guess I could sign up for Apple TV, but it would be something that's outside of my realm, outside of my scope. Apple Music, though, I could see that. I could see Apple Music replacing what I use now, which is I use Amazon Music for streaming music. Most of the time, it's at the gym, but I could see myself using that. So half of that credit, I mean, it would come in handy. Okay, I mean, it's not compelling on its own. The $120 Lyft credit via 5%, $10 a month. I'm not sure what that means. $120 credit, 10 month, so a monthly credit, 10. So basically the same thing as the Uber credit on the American Express Platinum card. I don't use Lyft. I've never used Lyft. I've always used Uber. Just have from day one with ride shares. Haven't tried Lyft. Could I try Lyft? Yeah, I could. Um, I probably wouldn't though, because I am pretty happy with Uber itself. Um, I don't know. I don't. This is definitely not enough to get me there. So could I do it? Yeah. Would I do it? Probably not. And $120 Peloton credit, that is absolutely means nothing to me. So I definitely would not get benefit from that at all. I wouldn't use that credit at all. So of the credits that I could see myself using, potentially the edit credit, but I don't know. It's a toss up. The dining credit, yeah, I could see myself using that. StubHub, don't know. Up in the air. It would depend on what concert that I go to that would be on that platform. DoorDash, I don't know. Like, I could start using it, but it'd be outside of my normal scope again. The membership, okay, sure, fine. I could have a DoorDash membership for free. That's fine. Um, the Apple TV, Apple Music, Apple TV would be going outside of my normal scope of doing things. Apple Music, I could do that. I could switch over, but I would value that at half that credit. So I would value that at like, if it's $11 um, a month, I don't know. Let's say it's $10. So that's what, $120 a year. So it's half that credit. Lyft, pretty much doesn't move the needle at all. Peloton's nothing. So out of all those credits, potentially there's $900 of usage if you want to say the edit, if you want to say the dining credit, if you want to say half of the Apple credit, that's basically $920 right there. So those are probably the three credits that I would most likely use on the card. Um, so that would get me past that $795 annual fee. Now, received after spending $75,000, that's the next category down. I'm not even going to go over this at all because I will never, ever, 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 ever be anywhere close to that spending level. So the statuses and the credits and all that in that category mean absolutely zero to me. But here's another thing too. At the very bottom here, it says, we haven't been able to verify this with any of our normal Chase sources as of yet. Above are just changes, but the existing benefits will remain the same. Above are just changes. Existing benefits will remain the same with the $300 travel credit. So the $300 travel credit, like if that stays there as well, I mean, though that would go way above and beyond the annual fee of the card of $795. Now you have to remember, with any of these premium travel cards, you're paying the annual fee up front. You're paying the $795 if this is true for this card. You're paying the $695 for the platinum card by American Express, up front. And then you're having to work these credits to, mitigate that annual fee every year. But of the credits that I could see myself using potentially, I could easily offset, especially if the travel credit is still there. I could see myself easily getting value way far and above the annual fee increase if that's true. Now, with that being said, does any of that change how I feel about the card at all? Not really. I don't know. I'd have to revisit it if those changes are true. I would have to really think hard about it, but I would say it doesn't fit within my normal scope of how I shop, how I eat, those kind of things. I would have to be doing things that I normally don't do. Whereas with the Amex Platinum card, it's things that I already do and use already in my life already anyway. So it's within my wheelhouse easily. I would say the one thing that would get me to maybe think about the Sapphire Reserve card would be if I was traveling through airports that have Sapphire lounges a few times a year. I think that would be the kicker that would get me to get the card and try to use all of those supposed credits that are coming down the road to get that value from the card. It would have to be multiple Sapphire Lounge visits a year to get me to move on that. So anyway, that's what my thought process is for the rumored changes to the Sapphire Preferred for my use case. What do you all think about how I've broken this down and how I've thought about this? Let's talk about it in the comments section below. Also, too, if you are not already a subscriber to my channel and you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. What it does is it gets my channel visible to more people just like yourself. And I thank you ahead of time for doing so. Also, too, I do have channel memberships available. It is $1.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. Right now, I'm doing members only videos. Those videos are dropping about every other week. And it's content that will stay paywalled because it's spicier content than what I want out visible to the public. And if you do join, please let me know so I can thank you. Also, too, I do have other ways for you to support me. There are referral links for different credit cards and whatnot down in the comment section below. Also, too, you can buy me a coffee through Ko-Fi, which is in my Linktree link as well. If you do any of those things, if you use a referral link for a card or if you buy me a coffee, let me know so I can thank you personally. Now, if you all would do me a big favor and please be good to each other and please respect each other, okay? And until next time, bye for now.